Wondering how to make a woman want you sexually? Well, you're not alone. Stay tuned and we're gonna cover all the ways to make her want you sexually using physical, mental, and emotional triggers. First things first, keep your first dates short and sweet. If that thing goes over an hour and you're sitting stagnant in the same place, it's no bueno. You need to leave her wanting more after the first date so she's excited and curious about you. That's gonna escalate sexual tension. Second, don't text too much. If you text a whole bunch in between dates, you're gonna kill the mystery and it's all gonna fizzle out. Third, don't spend over $10 on a first date. When you do, it subconsciously tells a woman that you are not that valuable and your money is easy to get. So we're gonna try and constrain the variables where you're not spending too much time or too much money. Otherwise, she's gonna perceive you as easy to get and low value. Everybody wants a thing that's hard to get. That's why you're gonna make your time and your money hard to get. Therefore, you're hard to get and valuable. You're gonna increase your social calendar. So whether it's through mega dating and dating multiple people at the same time, or just having more fun social events scheduled on your calendar, you're gonna make yourself super busy doing really cool things. You're gonna post about it on the socials. Hopefully you've added her on social so she can see how cool your life is. But that's also gonna do something for you. When you invite her on a date, if she's like, oh, I can't make it, I'm going out of town, or oh, I can't do that day because of this, how about this day? And you say, man, I'm super slammed this weekend, or oh, I'm busy until next Wednesday. Wow, guess what that does? It tells her that you're in demand and therefore valuable. So you're not gonna just be sitting around waiting for her text message. You're gonna get out there, make your life amazing, and then demonstrate that on social media to show her how awesome you are. I wouldn't do a lot of it, but when you post on social media, post it as a story. That way, it's not like a million posts all on your page. Do like one a day max, and you can see if she's creeping on you if you post to a story, because you can see who views your story. Another thing you want to do on a second date, very important that you create arousal in the body. Really, sexual tension is all about arousal. It's about stimulating the nervous system. It's got zero to do with your brain. So if you can get both of you guys to stop thinking, and if you're one of my clients or you're like one of my clients, you probably are a classic overthinker. You're always getting stuck in analysis paralysis, and it feels like you're always in your head. Well, you're probably super smart and congratulations, but you gotta get out of your head or you're not gonna be able to have that physical connection. She's not gonna want you sexually. So you want to plan your second date in a way that creates arousal and adrenaline in the body. In fact, studies show that if you do something to create a little bit of adrenaline and maybe some healthy anxiety, that she's going to be a lot more sexually attracted to you. There's a really famous study that was done where they had a man and a woman standing across from each other, and they had one of them walk towards the other one. And then they measured at the end how attracted they were to each other. That was the control. Then they did another experiment where they had a man and a woman, but there was a rickety, dangerous bridge, and one of them had to walk all the way across that bridge to get to the other one. That was pretty scary. And then after, they measured how attracted the couple was. When there was an element of healthy anxiety and fear involved, the sexual attraction was through the roof. So on your second dates, you're gonna try to stimulate this. You're gonna try and create that boost of adrenaline, that arousal in the body. You're gonna make your second dates physically active. You're gonna try your best not to spend any money at all. That is gonna tell her that you are valuable, because you don't need to pay for your dates. You don't need to pay all this money to prove that you're good enough on your dates, which is, by the way, that's the subconscious message that is being sent when you take a woman to dinner on a first date or a second date, or you spend all this money early on. You're actually telling her that you're not that valuable. So don't do that anymore. But you do want to do something physically active, something that boosts adrenaline and arousal. This could be a day in the park with friends. This could be a walk by the beach. It could be a hike. It could be rock climbing. It could even be things like zip lining or jumping out of a plane. I know that that costs money. What's really important is that you don't exchange money in front of her. So if you're gonna do something like that that would cost money, like even going to an amusement park would be awesome. If you're gonna do something like that, just try and buy the tickets ahead of time and frame it to her as if, hey, I have 2 tickets to this thing. Now it doesn't feel as though you've purchased tickets specifically to get her on a date, which would be try hard. But instead, you just happen to have these tickets and you're inviting her to join you, and you're gonna go either way. Even if she says no, you'll just ask someone else. That makes her perceive you as more valuable. Another thing you wanna do is to stay close to her. So as an example, a lot of people go on a first date and they sit across from each other and they have a table in between them. This is a problem because it's subconsciously putting a barrier between the two of you, and it makes it harder for you to trust each other. What you can do instead is select first date locations or any date locations where it's impossible to sit next to her. For example, instead of going to a coffee shop and sitting across from her at a table, why don't you grab the coffee and then go for a walk along the water, assuming that you're like somewhere by water, could be a walk in the park, and sit on a park bench. That way you have to sit close and next to each other. And it's natural, you're not like overthinking it. But anytime you're sitting next to a person or you're close to them, it's gonna help to really build that trust and that emotional connection. So the more that you can be close to her, the better. Just make sure you're not doing creepy things like looking at her boobs or touching her thigh or anything like that too early on. You wanna make sure that she's reciprocating, and you can really tell because she'll have open body language as opposed to crossed arms or crossed legs. You'll also see that her feet are pointing towards you, whereas if her feet are pointed away from you, that's a sign that she wants to get out of there. Some other ways to get a woman to think about you sexually are to plan a date activity that has touch baked into it. So if touch is weird for you, it's weird for some people, it's like less weird for other people. If it's a little bit weird for you, instead of trying to remember, I have to touch her 3 times and be a robot about it, I would actually set up your date so that you're doing a physical activity that requires touch. And I know we're living in the COVID world, but when COVID is over, you can do all kinds of cool things. Like my favorite would be a jujitsu class where you're like actually doing very physical moves with each other, but it's part of the class. Like you're supposed to do it. It's like baked into the activity. Or you could do something like a salsa class or dancing in the park, or what are some other ways that you would touch naturally? Like playing Twister in the park. By the way, that would be so creative. I would love it. That would be the best date ever. And it would be free and awesome. Just thinking about how you can bake it into the activity so that it's automatic rather than like you thinking and feeling like you're just playing out this weird series of events that you were told to do. Because women can feel that too if you're being like memorized or you're running a routine, we know. So just try to set yourself up so you naturally are gonna touch a lot. On a first date, you wanna make sure you touch 3 times minimum. Make it super easy. Hug hello, hug goodbye, and then you can show her something cool on your phone, like a cute photo of you and an animal or something like that, and then lean arm to arm and touch that way. What that's gonna do is it's gonna trigger her body to basically, it's gonna make her aware of her body, and it's gonna put her into her senses. And you really want a woman in her senses, because otherwise, if you're in your head, there's no sexual tension happening, right? The same is true for if you plan dates outside. Outside dates are really great because it's a lot harder to be in your head when you're outside, especially if you're outside somewhere gorgeous where you can like look at the views and now you have an outward focus and you're not just staring at each other, feeling like you're on an interview. I hope these mental and emotional triggers are helping you to learn more about how to make a woman want you sexually. Before we go into the physical triggers, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified of new videos that come out, and I would love to hear from you in the comment section if you have been in this position before where you were trying to make a woman want you sexually. How to make a woman want you sexually on a third date is all about preparing your home for the third date. So what you want to do is you want to really stimulate those senses. So think about the senses, right? Smell, hear, touch, taste, see. You want to make it visually appealing in your home, making sure that it's clean and you have nice furniture and that you have art on the walls and plants. Oh my gosh, that's so important. So many of my guys, they don't have any plants or art on the wall. You have to, because otherwise we're gonna feel sad in your house. We're gonna feel like it's sterile and like nothing lives in your house. And that'll subconsciously tell us that you would be a terrible partner, because we're ultimately looking for a guy that we can like, even if we're not looking to have kids, we're programmed to look for a guy who could take care of things. So making sure that you have plants and things that are visually appealing, it's gonna speak to her sense of sight. Also, having music playing and being strategic about the music that's playing. Having it be like her favorite band, or like a Spotify playlist with, you know, some of her favorite artists. That's gonna help her to be in her senses more by hearing something. The same is true for scent. Scent is really important, especially for sexual tension. I recommend having like an oil diffuser in your house, or candles. Be careful with candles though. Sometimes they can have like toxins and stuff, and people have allergies. So if you do that, make sure it's like a non-toxic candle. You can do your research, or you can just get an oil diffuser. But that's going to get her into the sense of smell. Same with wearing cologne. Have your signature scent on so that she's getting into her senses and out of her head. Feelings, making your place comfortable. And so that includes the temperature, making sure that it's warm, even maybe a little bit too warm, because the goal is to be physically intimate, right? If it's cold, she's not gonna wanna take her clothes off. Also, having like soft blankets and comfy couches, comfy beds, no blow up furniture, okay? No uncomfortable furniture, no mattresses on the floor. It needs to be comfortable. It needs to feel safe. It needs to get her in her body and out of her head. What am I forgetting? Oh, taste. So having something that she can taste in your home. Maybe that's why you bring her back to your house after a third date, because you have cupcakes at home, or you have something that she'll like there, a really nice wine or something. That's gonna get her into her senses as well. Make her feel safe. There's a lot of subconscious ways that you can do this, but a couple are, if you're walking along the street, make sure that you walk on the side with the cars in case the car jumps the curb, and you want to be the first one there. So that will tell her that you can protect her. Other things like giving her your jacket if she's cold, or walking her to her car, or walking her to wherever she's going after the date, standing up to greet her, paying the bill. All of these things show a woman that you can keep her safe. Things that you really don't want to do would be like, let's say you take her on a first date and she's in your car because maybe you drove somewhere, and she says she wants to go home. You need to take her home right away. Don't try and overcome that objection. There are places where you want to overcome objections, but when someone says they want to go home, chances are it's because you're freaking them out or you're weirding them out or whatever, or they're just tired. You need to honor that and take her home, right? You also don't want her to feel as though she's trapped on the date. So again, if you try to escalate or something and she's not reciprocating, you then want to stop doing that and take her home, right? You don't want to just try and overcome the objection and try and like get her in the back seat or anything. Really honoring her, making her feel safe, and listening to her when she says no, or she says, I want to go home. Anything you can do to make a woman feel safe is going to help her to feel more sexually attracted to you. You really want to demonstrate leadership, masculinity, and dominance. A woman wants to be able to follow a man who is really powerful. Ways you can demonstrate this on your dates: you're going to choose the location of your date. And so when you invite her on a date, you're going to use a TDL. You're not going to ask her when she's available. You're not going to say, hey, we should meet up sometime, and then give her no TDL. You're going to demonstrate that you're a leader by making the date plan, giving her a time, date, location, and then also the pitch on why that location is super epic. You're gonna objection handle. When she says, no, I can't do that day, you're gonna objection handle and change the day. Okay, how about Saturday? How about Sunday? You're not going to be passive at all. You're demonstrating that you're the man and you know what you want and you go after it. You're also, on the date, you're gonna lead. You're gonna lead to where you sit. You're gonna lead to moving to a new location. You're gonna be the leader. You're not gonna wait for her to choose where to sit or what you're gonna do. You're the man, you're gonna make that plan. She's gonna say yes or no, and that is what is gonna create sexual tension. You're also not gonna agree with every single thing she says, because that makes you beta and it puts her into her masculine and messes totally with the sexual tension. You want to be super masculine because that's going to create polarity. It's going to push her into her feminine, and the tension between those two poles of masculine and feminine is what's going to create the sexual tension. So make sure that you lead. You're going to pay, but you're not going to spend more than $10. You're going to decide where you sit. You're going to walk her to her car. You're going to be the man. That's going to create a lot of sexual tension. And if you need more help with this, I do work with my clients specifically on this topic all the time. What you can do first is book a new client session with me or a member of my team over at emlovz.com/book. In that new client intro session, we're going to talk about your dating goals, all of the obstacles that are holding you back. And if this is one of them, I want to hear about it, because it's like every guy feels this way. You're not alone, believe me. And then we're happy to answer any questions that you may have for us. I hope this helps, guys. I know how hard it can be, but even though we're living in this Me Too world and women have this power, and yeah, I love it, you can still be the man. You can still create that sexual tension and get her to think about you sexually if you do it in the right way.